In today's topic, we are going to discuss Python operator overloading. And in this topic, we'll discuss what is operator overloading, how to overload arithmetic operators, how to overload bitwise operators, and how to overload relational operators. So we'll study all of these operators. All of them are binary operators. Binary means there are two operands and one operator. Like plus is a binary operator because it is used to add two variables or two constants. If we say, then this is called a binary operator. And overloading means when we overload or when we use this plus, or we can say minus, to subtract two objects, then we can say this minus operator is overloaded now. Similarly, multiplication can be performed and division can also be performed. Once you know how to use arithmetic operators, then you can apply it, the same formula, on all the arithmetic operators. So we'll understand this through a programming illustration. Let's see. First of all, let's go through the formal definition. We learn the fundamentals of OOPS, that is the creation of user-defined data type classes and objects in Python. In this chapter, we'll learn one of the significant features of object-oriented programming structure, that is operator overloading. As implied from the name, operator overloading means to assign a special meaning to the existing operator to perform some intended task. That means now we are going to assign special meaning to the existing operator, whether it is a plus operator or greater than operator or some bitwise operator. In other words, same operator exhibiting different meaning as per the situation is called operator overloading. For example, the plus operator is used to add two numbers. The same can be used for merging two lists and concatenating two strings. So we can see this simple plus operator, which is used to add two numbers, can be used to add two lists or merge two lists. Suppose we have list of elements 10, 20, 30. This is one list, and another list 40, 50, 60. Then by using this plus operator, these two lists can be merged into one. Similarly, concatenating of string means if I write Robin and then write Kumar, then these both strings can be concatenated. So this can also be done by using the plus operator. It indicates that the same plus operator can be used to perform different tasks based on the context in which it is being used. Fine. So let's see through an example how it works. Here we are going to overload plus operator. So how to do it? This is a program. Class complex. And we have created a class complex. You know about complex numbers. Complex numbers are having two parts. One is real and other is imaginary. So we need to create two data members in the init constructor, init method, self, real and imaginary. And we are going to assign values to them over here. So this constructor method will assign values to real and imaginary parts of a complex number. Then we have defined, or you can say it is defined add function, which will add real part with the real one and imaginary part with the imaginary one. Fine. Real part will be added with the real one and imaginary part will be added with the imaginary one. And after that, we will return that object. Since the element which we are going to return is of type complex, so we are writing here complex, and in the parentheses we are giving value real comma imaginary. So this function you need to understand properly. Self part is added with real part is added with real and imaginary part is added with imaginary. And then we are going to return it. Because the class type is complex, class name is complex, so its data type is complex. That is why we have written here complex real comma imaginary. And then in the display function, we will just display the values of real and imaginary part. Real plus I, imaginary, where I stands for iota, because complex number contains iota values. That means imaginary part is value with iota. And the value of iota is under root minus 1. A complex number is written as x plus I y, where x is real part and y is imaginary part. And it is represented like this, x plus iy. I is just in denotation and it is having value minus 1. But real values are, you can say, computed with real ones, and y values are computed with y value, imaginary values are computed with imaginary ones. We cannot add x with y. You should know that. And I think you have studied this in your mathematics also. And now we have created object C1 is equal to complex 5, 6. So this object is created with values 5, 6. So the control will go over here, and for C1, the value of real will be 5 and imaginary will be 6. These values will be passed for real and imaginary. Similarly, another object is created, C2, with values 7, 8. Now next call will be taken place, and for C2, the values of real will be 7 and imaginary will be 8. And then we'll display C1 dot display. It will be displayed as 5 plus I 7, and C2 dot display, it will be displayed as 7. Sorry, here it is 6. It is 6 over here. 5 plus I6 and then 7 plus I8. Then C3 is equal to C1 plus C2. So this is the main thing which you need to understand. C3 is equal to C1 plus C2. Let me clear the screen first. In this statement, the plus operator is used to add two objects, C1 and C2. So how it is going to call? C1 dot plus complex C2. The same that we do in C++ also. That means now we are going to overload this plus operator. Fine. And the call will be placed over here. It will go over here in the add function. The calling object is C1. So value of C1 will be copied into self, and value of C2 is passed as argument. So value of C2 will be copied into OPJ. So C1 values are 5, 6 and C2 values are 7, 8. That means now 5 will be added with 7. Real part will be added with real part, and imaginary part will be added with imaginary part. 5 plus 7, 12. 6 plus 8, 14. Fine. And after computation, it will come back over here, and the result will be assigned to C3. You can see from here, we have returned the value complex, real, imaginary. So whatever will be the answer, it is returned over here and assigned to C3 with both the values of real and imaginary. And then we are going to display C3 dot display. It will display the result by showing 12 plus I 14, which we have added just now. So C3 value will be 12 plus I 14. This is a new complex number. So let's see the output. You can see over here. Initially C1 dot display was called, then this output is displayed, then C2 dot display was called, then this is the output, and after addition, this is the output. This is how you can overload plus operator in Python. It is very simple. The main thing you need to remember is this one, this add function that we have defined, and this statement. It is very simple statement to write. The expanded form which I have told you right now, that is done internally by the interpreter. But we just need to write like this, C1 plus C2. That's it. Now the next program is for overloading minus operator. In the similar manner, you can overload minus operator that we have done for plus operator. Just we'll replace plus with minus. You can see over here minus minus. Real part will be subtracted from of one object will be subtracted from another one, similarly imaginary ones. And we can see the output. The logic is same, and over here we'll write C1 minus C2. C3 is equal to C1 minus C2. And then this result will be displayed. 5 minus 6 is minus 1. 8 minus 7 is 1. So this is the result of subtraction. So this is how we can overload minus operator in Python. In the similar manner, all the arithmetic operators which are given over here can be overloaded. So you can apply them. And for this, these built-in functions will be used. You cannot change their names. Add for addition, sub for subtraction, multiply for mul for multiplication, power, true division, float division, and mode. So these are the function names that you need to use while overloading operators in Python. In C++, we use plus or minus, and then we write operator keyword. But here you need to write these function names, and this is very important. You need to remember them while overloading the respective operator. So this is how we can overload arithmetic operators in Python.